Ada siapa cakap? Dia cakap ni.
Hello.
Aduh, laptop masalah problem. Sound, aduh. Serius, laptop aku sound dia macam ni, pecah. Kan?
Afra pecah-pecah laptop.
Kita restart balik lagi dulu. Ya.
No, tiba-tiba no.
Suara-suara. Suara-suara 1, 2, 3. Kau dengar?
Dengar?
Kita kat YouTube macam tak dengar eh. Kau dengar.
Dah start live Fiz eh? No, cuba terus cakap.
Hello, testing suara.
No, cuba terus cakap.
Dia dengar.
Dia okey tapi dia lambat.
Dekat YouTube memang dia akan drag sikit.
Betul dia lambat sikit.
Dia memang dia macam tu.
Tapi dia lambat.
Dekat YouTube memang dia akan drag sikit.
Dengar tak?
Kau dengan tu okey tak? Ya, peace. Wah, Syafina dah masuk dah awal.
Standby. Tuan. Ada berita. Masih lengkap dah. Jangan duduk luar ya. Tengok ni. Dah, tak lagi.
Test mic, test. Test mic 1 2 3. Suara semua test mic.
Test 1 2 3.
Test.
Test 1 2 3 1 2 3.
Test mic aku dengar mic aku.
Okay. A very good morning, I bid to Madam Kurzia, our great panels, and let me introduce myself. My name is Franz Conero Di Benzi, and I am the moderator for today's webinar. Also, I will be the one who are responsible for hosting this representation today. As we know, financial management used in this review interchangeably with money management is a broad terms with several definitions. This define it simply as efficient and effectively management of money. Regarding personal financial management, this can come about through several behavior. But these college students normally having problem in budgeting, paying credit card balance, saving habit, attitudes towards retirement planning, and accumulation of debt. So today we will gonna discuss on how can we help these college students about managing their financial in university. Before we start our discussions for today, I'm glad to welcome to all of our panels today. We get 4 panels for today. I will introduce you guys panel by panel. Our first panel is Professor Madya Dr. Muhammad Aris bin Asmadi, our lecturer representative from UPSI. Hello, Professor.
Hello, Franz. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you, Professor?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine.
Hey, Professor. I'm so happy to see you again. Just because we haven't seen the webinar before. Am I right?
Yes. Long time no see you.
Okay, Professor. Thank you for accepting this invitation.
Okay, Franz.
So next, our next panel is Mr. Muhammad Nur Lokman Hakim bin Roslan, one of parents representative from UPSI students. Hi, Mr. Lokman.
Hi, friends.
How are you, Mr. Lokman?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
How's your day, Mr. Lokman?
It's all going smoothly, and I love today because it was Friday.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lokman. Next, our third panel is Mr. Muhammad Syafuddin bin Sharul Anwar Cheng, our president of students representative from UPSI. Hi, Mr. Syafuddin.
Hi, Mr. Loman. Mr. Franz, sorry.
It's okay. How are you, Mr. Syafuddin?
I'm fine.
All right. It's okay. How are you, Mr. Syafuddin? All right. Thank you, Mr. Syafuddin, and residents of UMK Students Representative. Hi, Cik Hafiz. Cik Hafiz, are you there? Oh, it's like Mr. Hafiz lines is interrupt.
Yes.
Oh, hi, Mr. Hafiz.
Sorry.
All right. Mr. Hafiz, are you clear with me? All right. It's okay, Mr. Hafiz. All right. Mr. Hafiz is one of UMK students representative. And thank you, Mr. Hafiz, for accept this invitation. So, since all of us know who are our great panelists for today's webinar, so I think we can start our discussion for today. Should we?
Yes, Franz. Yes, Franz.
Yes, Fran, of
Yes,
course.
Franz.
All right. Okay, thank you. So, based on our topic, how can we help college students manage their financial in university? We will start our first panel, Professor Madia Dr. Haris. Okay, Prof. As a lecturer, what is your opinion to help them to overcome this problem?
Okay, thank you, Franz, for the question. Okay, thank you also, Franz, to our moderator today. So, our topic today, how to manage money in college, especially for students. So, there's various ways that we can try and do to manage our money in college. But today, I want only to share two ways how you can manage your money. Okay, first, student can open a saving account. Lots of people struggle with this. So it's important to start developing this habit yearly. It's tempting to spend your money first and then save whatever is left over. But you will end up limiting how much you save this way. Instead, pay your bill first, contribute your saving, and then use a little on yourself. In the word of Warren Buffett, do not save what is left over after spending, but spend what is left over after saving. Now, your budget is in place. You can identify areas where you may be able to spend less and save toward your longer term goal. Here are a few ideas to get your start. Okay, first, consider switching to a less expensive meal plan if you find you regularly have money left in your account. Second, you can run, you can rent or buy used textbook instead of new edition at the bookstore. Your college may offer other less expensive options for coursework material as well. Okay, third, if you find yourself in need of a new teach for class, try a refurbished rather than brand a new model. And lastly, consider walking, riding your bike, or taking campus transportation rather than paying to fuel, insure, and park a car during your college year. Like so many things in life, budgeting and saving are skills that take time and practice to get just right. If you find yourself making mistakes or going over budget now and then, don't worry. You can make adjustments to get back on track. Just keep focusing on building healthy financial that will serve you for many years to come. Okay, for the second way or second tips, student can choosing a restaurant wisely. Living as university student certainly require us to eat out. It's very rare for students to cook on their own for a variety of reasons. Eating at the store actually costs more than cooking it yourself. Therefore, students need to be wise to choosing restaurant that offer food at cheap price. No need actually eat at a fancy theater. Enough in a cafe where the food is delicious and reasonably priced. By choosing a cafe that offers affordable price, a little money can be saved. So you can do and you can take these tips. Thank you. Back to you, Franz.
All right. Thank you, Professor, for the great sharing. Based on your sharing, I can conclude that open a saving account and choosing a restaurant wisely is another ways for them to manage their financial in university, especially in the end of the semester. Am I right, Professor? Professor, am I right, Professor?
Yes, Franz.
All right. Thank you again to Professor Madhurato Harris for the answer. All right. Without wasting any time, the next question is for our next panel, Mr. Lokman. Okay, Mr. Lokman. As a parents, I believe that you having taught your children about managing financial to them. So, may you share with us what is your way to help your children?
Okay. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to everyone. Thank you to our moderator, Franz Conero Defenzi. And as a representative of parent, I would like to provide a few ways and steps for parents to help their children in managing their money in college. As a parent, we need to give more commitment to them, like having them to write down their purchase each day and add them up at the end of the week can be an eye-opening experience. We can also, as a parent, encourage them to think about how they're spending and how much faster they could reach their saving goal if they were to change their spending pattern more wisely. Second way, I think as a parent, we must teach them to save since they are little. Make money saving and frugality as a routine since childhood so that they will get used to it and it's easy to practice while in college. Students will be wiser to save because they had the thought since childhood. So they will buy items only according to need and not desire. I agree with what Prof. Haris explained earlier about opening a saving account. As a parent, we need to open saving account for children since they are small, so that the nature of saving can be learned since childhood and the saving can be used for their future study. Also, as a parent, we must set a good example in saving money and budgeting so that the children or our children can emulate our attitude. And lastly, I think as a parent, I will leave room for mistake for my children. I will teach my children to learn from their mistake. It is tempting to me or anyone step in as a parent and steer kids away from a potentially costly mistake. But it may be better to use that mistake at a teachable moment. That way, they will know in the future what to do and what not to do with their cash. I think that's all for me as a parent. Back to you, friends.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Lokman, for the sharing. I can conclude that you have stated three ways helping your children managing their financial, such as give them more commitment, which is always updating parents in what they're spending money. Next, teach them about saving when they was little, which is make a money routines every day. And also, parents will be a role play for your children. And the last ways you state is leave room for their mistakes. All right. Thank you, Mr. Lokman, for your generosity. So the next question is to our third panel, Mr. Hafiz. So, Mr. Hafiz, as a UMK students, what are the action that you want to share, or maybe you want to share your own way manage your money to your fellow friends? Please, Mr. Hafiz.
Okay, Mr. Franz. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to the audience, moderator Mr. Franz, and our panels today. Actually, as a student, there are many ways to manage our money at college. In my opinion, what can I give today is if you as a student, you also need control your spending habits. If you are a regular shopper, you will need to adjust your buying habits and learn to be more frugal. You might begin by learning to distinguish between your needs and your desire. For example, expensive equipment that you have not yet obtained in your budget may be required for the learning you enroll in. But you must consider whether it is the thing you truly require or whether you should prioritize the needs you require over the will goods. Consider the implication for your budget. If you don't need anything, don't buy it. Even if it won't break your budget, it could be a better idea to use that money towards paying off your loan sooner rather than later. If you must pick between two needs, prioritize the first and purchase the second later. If at all possible, avoid borrowing money unless it is absolutely required. Okay, for the second, you can also save money by buying used books. As we all know, when studying a subject as a college student, we need a book as a reference. However, the new books are highly expensive, making us as students less able to help others who are financially disadvantaged. Buying used textbook from previous year student, on the other hand, might save you a lot of money. Aside from that, there are certain websites that sell second-hand textbooks for a fraction of the cost of new ones. You can also buy whatever second-hand textbook as you can, and only the consider buying new textbook. As a college student, this will save your money. Aside from that, once the semester is over, you can generate money by reselling the book to your lower semester student if they require it. This allows us to save money and put it towards our daily needs. Okay, that's all from me as a student college. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Hafiz, for the great answer. From what Mr. Hafiz said just now, I can conclude that controlling our spending habit, which is make a list of necessary and wanted. Necessary first and wanted later. Also, you said buy a using school book from our seniors is your way to manage the money. And also, reselling the book in the end of semester will generate the money too. At the same time, we can save and generate money. Isn't it, Mr. Hafiz?
Yes, that's right.
All right. Thank you again, Mr. Hafiz. So, this is the time for our next panel. Okay, Mr. Shafuddin, may I know from your side on how students manage their financial in college? Or maybe you want to share your own. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. France, and good morning to our uh, panel and audience. Okay, as a student, manage money in college is quite hard. However, I got plan on how to do that. Firstly, students should create a detailed budget on how to manage their money. Some of students face problem with their financial plan is they spend without limit. So I suggest students like us need to make plan. There's several application in Google Play or App Store that help us to plan our expense. And students should probably prioritize their basic needs first, like food and bond for study before spend on clothes and smartphone. This this help us a student to manage our money. Okay. The secondly, the growth of technology is now they make everything online. Even as a student, we can doing part-time job while study. Job like rider or food panda and Grab, dropship and online seller in Shopee and Lazada really help the student to generate income. I can deny that student need money as last spend is high. So we need to find another source of income other than hoping for our parents to give allow every month. Those jobs I mentioned earlier can be done in our main time, such as weekend or even weekday. So not excuse for us to not doing part-time job and money in college life. That's all for me, friends. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Shafuddin, for the great sharing. From what Mr. Shafuddin shared just now, I can conclude that as a college students, we must create a detailed budget to avoid spending without limit and also earn extra money with by doing part-time job such as rider of Food Panda, Grab, dropship, and online seller in Shopee and Lazada to generate money and manage money in college. Uh, am I right, Mr. Shafuddin?
Yes, yes, you're right, Mr. Franz.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Shafuddin, for
Welcome,
your
Mr.
answer.
Franz. Welcome, welcome.
So, from our webinar, we have here, uh, we have here and gain more knowledge and ways from our great panels in about to help college students in order to manage their financials in university. So I hope that from this webinar, we can help college students to avoid financial problems soon. Also, we can help parents to teach their children because parents is one of the components in their children's financials. From the from 4 panels, uh, we have here so many ways. From the professor state 2 ways, which is open saving account and choose a restaurant wisely. Mr. Lokman said 3, and then Mr. Shafuddin said 2 ways, and Mr. Hafiz said 2 ways. Okay, since all of panel have answered the questions, I think we should take a break for 2 minutes. So within this minute, I will give a chance for the audience to ask the questions, and the panel will answer some of those questions. You can ask the question through the comment, and I will pick some those of the questions. Is it clear, everyone? All right. Since it is clear, our 2 minutes start now. All right. Since our 2 minutes has ended, we will start our Q&A segment. Our first question is from uh, Miss Shafinas Morsen. The question is especially addressed to the lecturer of UPSI, Prof. Madia Dr. Ares. What about students? Eh? May I know your opinion about the students who want to travel as a support after the final exam?
Okay, thank you, Franz. Thank you to Mr. Vinas for the question. Okay, let me answer the question. Uh, okay, student who want to travel as a self reward after final exam. Okay, so I want to share one tip. If student want to travel after final exam, student can traveling the backpackers way. When the semester break comes, student must think of going on a trip to relieve the stress of studying at university. It is an offense to travel because Islam also encourages its followers to travel in order to defend their knowledge and repentance. In the mind of our society, traveling does indeed require high cost. No need to worry about that problem. Travel the backpackers way. No need for fancy hotel and fancy restaurant when traveling. The more important thing is every moment of the trip while traveling. Even by traveling the backpackers way, our vacation will be more meaningful as we will be able to get more information regarding the place we are visiting. For example, students can taking public transport such as bus. We will ask where the bus is moving, the fare, and so on. That is the new knowledge we will gain. In addition, it is undeniable that traveling in this way can reduce a lot of cost. So students who want to travel after final exam as a self reward, they can traveling the backpackers way. I think it is the best way to travel. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Prof, for the clear explanation. I am very agree with the professor have said just now, and the answer is very clear, I think. And also, I think that traveling is a good therapy and also a self reward for them in the end of semester after they're fighting for the final examination. All right. The next question is from Miss Norfadila. Okay. The question is addressed to Mr. Shafuddin as a student. Now, the question is, now the world is online and we can shopping online and it a fast and easy. So, as a student, how can we resist the urge or control our money when shopping online?
Okay, thank you to moderator Pras and thank you Miss Fadilah. Miss Fadilah to question. Okay, shopping online. Okay, sometimes we want to spend money on unnecessary thing that is okay because we are human. Okay, today I'm sharing 3 try and true way to overcome a retail therapy addiction. Okay, first, try the 30-day Shopee challenge. Second, let's go off item that no longer serve you. And lastly, maybe try the new clothing challenge. That's all. That's all. That's all for me. Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Shafuddin, for the great and clear answer. I hope the answer will help the audience manage their money. Thank you again, Mr. Shafuddin.
Okay, welcome, Mr. Frank.
That's all for our Q&A segment. I am very sorry. I can read of the question or thank you to all of you that giving the questions. So I am very glad that to have your supportive audience and our great panel as well. Thank you very much for the today webinar. Okay, with the completion of this Q&A session, I end the webinar with thank you and hope and greeting hope to see you again soon. Thank you guys and thank you to our panel. Goodbye.
Welcome.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Goodbye all
Thank
audience.
you.
Welcome to my stream, guys.
Okay, Aris, boleh
Thank you. Thank you.